Yo, my people, what is up? It's time for a game of chess. We're 15-17. Had an epic game yesterday, and the stupid fish said, sucked. There you go. What can you do? Okay. Ooh. Okay, we're playing June 56 from Venezuela, and we've got another Scandi. So again, I'm going into the Black Gambit. The Black Gambit. Normal move is this, and I'm going to play the Popiel Gambit. So there you go, lots of gambits for your money here. This is lots of fun, it's super sharp, and you play f3. Now, all of this is theory, which is why I'm whacking these moves out. So very often in these gambit lines, when you're offering this kind of second pawn, you recapture with a knight. In the Popiel, the idea is to recapture with the queen. And I'll tell you for why. We're hitting the bishop, and we're also hitting b7. So this is the Vienna variation Polish attack in the Black Mardima. There you go. And that is actually a mistake. I know the move is rook c1. What I'm not sure about is whether to capture here first. Let's think it through. My hunch is that it's rook c1, but it doesn't quite feel right because it gives my opponent time to... Well, it doesn't actually. He's got to move his bishop. And he can't get there, and he can't go 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 there. So if I play rook c1, he's going to go back here, right? And then I grab that. Okay, I'm going to go with what my memory says is the theory, which is rook c1. William Graif, again, is the guy for the Popiel. That's from whom I learned it. And it's super, super sharp. And I've buggered up a lot of games from this position. I am 2 pawns down already. But it is a hoot and a holler. It really is. So if you think about it, let's say, for example, he's going to go here. The other thing that we've got to bear in mind as well is this c-file is semi-open. I have no c-pawn. Okay, so you've got that. Now this is what I think is the thing, because you start taking that and it's like bye-bye rook, bye-bye knight, so that is the move. It just is the move. And then the general, I mean, it's very tempting as well to come in with the light squared bishop, but very often I think it's a case of targeting c7 with the knight. Okay, there we go. So you see now, knight b5, and I'm threatening to take here for king, king, and rook. And what have you got? Yeah, I've actually got now 3 attackers on there. 1, 2, 3 attackers. And I think my opponent's probably never seen this. I have seen this. I've been in this situation more than once. And this is how we cheat. You know? It's not cheating, it's just in your preparation, right? It's a way of getting an advantage, put it that way, which is to play unusual lines that it's quite likely that your opponent has never seen before, or certainly hasn't seen enough times before to know what the flip to do about it. And we are in the midst of an interesting storm out there, so if it gets a bit dark I might have to start illuminating. I'm only una pawn behind 1 peon. Okay, now the immediate threat is actually this check. The king is incarcerated, so if this is allowed, the only move is queen takes, giving up the queen and the game, probably. Anyway, I'm in a splendid mood. Can't tell you why right now, but oh look, she's just texted me as well. Yes. Yeah, well there's love interest on the horizon. You'll be pleased to know. I'm having my supplement. and a sip of coffee. It's 1:15 in the afternoon. That's kind of borderline for me. But I've also been working, and the opponent is now like proper stumped. And I've used net 1 second of my time. Oh dear. 1665, and this game is worth 11 points to me. I get 3 points for a draw for this game. Anyway, I mean, God, guys, so much is going on. So much is going on, and I'm working on my Kruger course as well, which is fascinating. So I've done my first pass of all the lessons in all the openings, because the Kruger repertoire has got many forms. So it's got obviously the Russo against the Italian. Now the Italian is one of the most popular openings, all the way up to is 2100 lead chess, which is about like 1800 so chess.com equivalent. The Italian is more popular than the Spanish. 2100 on lead chess, the Spanish takes over. So you're really getting towards expert level there. So we've got the Russo against the Italian, we've got the Janusz against the Spanish, we've got the Calabrese counter gambit against the Bishop's opening, which is e4, e5, the Bishop's c4, and then we've got the same thing, it's f5 against the Scotch, which is the Kruger Scotch, f5 against the Ponziani as well, which is called the Ponziani counter gambit, and there's probably even one more that slips my mind. No. Anyway, but yeah, 6 different openings or so, and we're going to some depth on each one. Anyway, back to this, because we've got someone to punish. I have 3 attackers. So bottom line, I've got a couple of options here, right? So the first thing we have to notice is 2 defenders, 3 attackers, as previously discussed, okay? So if I go there and give check, he's gonna take with a rook. And then I can take back with either the rook or the queen. I suspect the rook, but we can cross that bridge when we come to it, if we get there. But that is obviously our default, right? We're going to win a pawn and a rook for the cost of a knight, which is a good deal, right? So we're going to be basically up an exchange after that. The other option is this, where we get a free pawn and we hit the rook, right? Now let's say the rook moves, we get another free pawn. But then he's hitting the knight, which is defended. So my hunch is to go in headlong, like a samurai. Or in like Flynn, as Simon Williams would say. Well done, Simon, by the way. That Title Tuesday, those first 6 games that I've watched, mint. I won't spoil it for you, but watch Simon Williams' latest Title Tuesday. Loving it. Great content. Anyway, so this, hang on, knight takes here. We hit the rook. Maybe he'll say, oh, give up my rook. Well, you can't, because queen takes. You can't just give up the rook. So we come here. Let's say he does that. That doesn't work. We capture. We go there. He moves the rook, attacking our queen. The queen goes here. He trades. I don't know. But I think we will look at it after the game. Okay, now, the question, Raymond. Queen takes or rook takes? My hunch, my initial hunch was rook takes, but I'm just nervous about the old back rank. And look at his queen side. Where's it gone? This, and we're basically trading, right? And I win this pawn, and then I push these pawns up the board, supported by both bishops. I think that's good enough. and I know it's lazy, and I apologise. Okay, there's no rook about. Black's position is in tatters, tatteroonies, and also this is the threat. Bishop b5, pinning this knight. No, I don't want to put you in green. What are you putting in green for? What a useless colour. Like half the squares are green. Alright. Now I've got this with the threat of this. And that would actually kind of pin his bishop in. I think actually snatching the pawn is a perfectly good idea. Here, maybe he takes. Here he takes. I give check. Knight can't block because he just loses the knight, so the king must move. What if I take here? I'm +2 as things stand, right? Or this, and then... Yeah, I'm threatening to take that knight. Pawn has to take, because this knight will be pinned. I think... Don't think too much, Benjamin. We're going in for the kill here. Jaeyoon 56 is not going to be happy. My hunch is lift the king. He's got checks. I block. Lift the king. Right, this is a major threat. Because currently this knight is defended twice, right? It's also in a pin. But I can eliminate one of the defenders. Yeah, we saw this, but... I take this knight. This knight isn't a defender, so this knight's only defended by that pawn, right? That guy. So if I take here, you take here, this knight is literally lost. That's a loss of a piece, which you cannot afford at this point in time. And mate, the process of creating these courses is fabulous. You know, I'm finding like these moves that I may have played 40 times in games automatically. It's like I'm realizing, oh shit, that's not the best move. There's a better move. And you don't do that unless you go deep, intimate, which is what I'm doing. In it. That doesn't work. Because this knight is needed in the defence of that. So castles doesn't even work. Does castles work? Castles works. He should castle now. No, he shouldn't. Because then he's only got one defender of that knight and it's attacked twice. And this is the kinds of games that we like. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, I've been through, so like I say, I've kind of blocked out the lines, and there's about 20 different studies so far, so we break it all down. I've also got a study plan as well, so that you kind of divide your time into 4 for studying the Kruger, and then I'll tell you, you know, based on the frequency of how often you'll see different openings, different lines, which you should study, how much, because, for example, the Rousseau Gambit accepted at 1400 to 1800, which is my target range for this, the Rousseau Gambit accepted is 20% of what you will see in E4, E5 games. Out of the Rousseau, out of the Kruger lines, not including Viennas and blah, you know, Petrovs and all that kind of stuff. So I've blocked those out. Now what I'm doing now is I'm going to spend like a week going through drilling them, trying to learn them myself, because that's the way that I'm developing the course, is I'm trying to learn from the material. And if I find that actually that isn't teaching me in the way that I really want to be learning, then I make changes, right? Because that's my principle. I'm doing these courses for players like me, intermediate players, also suitable for beginners. Absolutely no reason why, if you're sub 1000, no problem at all, you know. But that's what I'm basing it on. So I'm not going to, you know, 12 moves deep in every kind of bloody variation, because I'm not going to remember that, so neither are you. So what's the point, right? But we are going over the principles and very often key moves that, key ideas and concepts you need to be thinking about. Interestingly, I'm not really going into like middle game plans, middle game ideas and stuff like that, because that's also quite advanced, right? What we're looking at is getting black into a really strong position, like -2, -3 or whatever after 7 or 8 moves, and then play on, knock yourself out. Because to go any deeper than that, it's like, you need to be a professional chess player for that, and we ain't, so forget about it. And my opponent here is just burning time. He's like, I don't know what to do here. And I'm not even, look at me, I'm just talking to you. We're just having a chat, So that's what I'm going over it all again, refining, polishing, and stuff like that. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to record for you guys the Russo accepted, which is the number 1 most common line that you will see all the way through beginner and intermediate against the Italian. If you play the Russo, they will accept, and honestly, it's brilliant. There's some lines where you annihilate white, and you just make him look bad and make him cry. And, to quote Conan the Barbarian, what is best in life? What did he say? To crush your enemies, see them trampled underfoot, and hear the lamentations of the women, something like this. All right, so he's after nearly 4 minutes, he's come up with this. Now, that's a thought which forces this. So if I take here, he's got knight takes, hasn't he? Which is kind of equal. But if I come here, he's got the same problem. That's in a pin. It's currently defended twice, and it's attacked twice, because it'll be attacked by that. So here, and I don't see what changes. So I think that's the easiest. I've got that in my pocket. No one's taking that away from you. That's yours. That's yours to keep. If I take here, he can just take my bishop. But then I take that, and he goes here, and it's like complications. So push that one aside. I'm just going to go here. Fuck it. Sorry, pardon my. I've been watching too much Simon Williams. Don't watch Grandmaster Simon Williams, because he swears like a flipping trooper. It's terrible. Honestly, makes me sick. You make me sick, Williams. All right. Interesting. Well, he had that move previously anyway, so still nothing has changed. And the point is, let's break it down. This knight is still pinned. The king would love to castle, but can't, because this knight is under attack twice. Okay? So what if I just stick my rook here? What's changed? You come from nothing, you leave with nothing. What have you got? What have you lost? Nothing. This. I've got 9.5 minutes, so... Sorry, that's the position. Okay, I take this. He can't take back, but he can take my rook. Not worth it. Pointless. Just that. I want to bring this rook in as well. That'd be nice. Wouldn't that be nice? That's like very close to checkmating him, and would be winning this rook. So that is like good. And when your opponent's thinking, really, really good to have plans lined up. It might be tactical plans, like that's a tactical plan, or it might be a strategic plan, right? And they say, on your own time, think tactics. On your opponent's time, think strategy, which is sort of very grown up and sensible. And I'm not grown up and sensible. This is what I'm realising as well. So, like I say, there's a lot going on right now. Realising, I mean, a big part of it is that the learning that the way that my brain works is not typical, put it that way. So probably ADHD or something like that going on, which has, explains a lot, basically. Like, I've started a million businesses and just given up on them. Literally, I get bored after a while. I launched a course in web design in 2010, 2011 came out. That earned $250,000, and after like 3 years, I just got bored of it, and I just let it dwindle. I had a mailing list of 50,000 followers and stuff, and I just burned it, just lost it. And this, like my whole life, I've been saying to myself, you're fucking useless because you start all these things and you can't see them through. Well, the ADHD thing makes sense of all that. So what that means is it doesn't mean that you're broken or there's anything wrong with you or you're somehow faulty. It's the way that you need to work is different to the way that a neurotypical person works. Now, I cannot stick to one thing for that long. So what I need to do is to find like a way of life that doesn't involve doing the same thing all the time, that is friendly. So here, there, if he takes back, we've just won a piece, right? And I can't see a problem with this move. If he doesn't take back, I'm going to snatch this knight or something and just trade down, and then stick my rook here with check, and it sucked to be you. This is also an idea because the bishop can't defend the pawn, and the rook can't defend the pawn if the rook is here because the rook dies. I'm not even messing about. We're just going to do this. Yeah. Right. So I'm conscious that my bits are in line there. I'd like to imprison this bishop, so maybe even king d3 might not be the worst idea in the world. I think just generally getting my pawns on... That's it. Do I want my pawns on light squares, dark squares? I'd like to leave his pawn on that dark square. That's something I do know. I'm pretty clear about that. If I was to attack that pawn, how does he defend? Well, he can't do that, and he can't do that. So even king d3 now, just the immediate king d3. How bad can that be? This is still a plan, as in he can't defend that pawn either. But I like king d3. One of the things I like is there's no checks anyway because he can't even put his rook there or there. I suspect he's going to want to play this move, but it's like my bishop goes, so what? I mean, I'm playing king d3. Got 8 minutes 20 something. But my opponent's 1665, so I should assume that he's like handy, something like this perhaps prevents the advance of these pawns, and we've had this conversation, like way ahead of you. Okay, I can't go there. I don't know if I want to take that pawn. There's no real need at this point. I'd like to attack this, so what I'm thinking is maybe this and then that. Yeah? Yeah. It's easier when you've got all the material. And this poor bastard has got 4 pawn islands. I've got 3. But the big difference is I've got 2 rooks and he's only got 1. So no, right? And that's the thing. It's about defending these, pawns, what you've got. Not that. Okay, it's about defending your pawns and pushing them up the board. Okay. Can I just take there? Or is it this? Are these preventing that? What about this move as well? I like that move too. Me gusto. Me gusto. Okay. I've got this, right? I've got this. He's got bishop there. Well, he doesn't because I take. could just drop back and hassle the bishop. And he goes like here. And I do like the idea of keeping my rook on this open G file, right? Obviously. And I don't really need to be pawn hunting right now. Because I like this. This pins the rook. So I'm forcing the rook off the board. If I play that move, it's going to be a rook and... Aha! Okay. Okay then. Okay then. It's too easy, Sherlock. It's too easy. And that's the point. But don't, Benjamin, don't like start like showing off on your stupid little video with your amateur chess channel saying, oh look how easy I've made it for myself, and then do something completely stupid. Right? This is not a hold my beer episode. Repeat, this is not hold my beer. Free pawn. Free pawn. Undefended. This as well, even. Right? You bring that rook off the back rank, and that's like checkmate, because bishop guards this. This rook's guarding these. It really do suck to be you. Which is a song off Avenue Q, by the way. If you haven't seen Avenue Q and it comes to your town, watch it. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. So he's down to 5 minutes, and he's having a torrid time of it. You could just resign. Now I'd love to wriggle a rook into here, but how? You know, because I can't go there. I can't go there because of the pawn. I can't go there because of the king, and I can't go there because of the king. That's the problem. And he's prevented this because I can't go there and attack the pawn, and I can't go there and attack the pawn because of the bishop there. So, you know, pawn guards this, bishop guards this. Tough. Okay. How about that doesn't work? I just come here and snatch one of these pawns. I think maybe just getting rid of that pawn right now would be a good idea. This, I'm attacking the bishop. Nothing gained. Or just here. He moves the pawn forward one and the bishop defends. Okay, I'll do that. Because he is having to spend time on all of his moves. This is the difference, right? His moves come at a serious time penalty. And then da. Something like that, even. Or even d. Or d. Yeah? I'm threatening your bishop now. What are you going to do? You can't put it there, you can't put it there. You want it to defend that. You can't go there, you can't go there, you can't go there, because king takes. So what are you going to do? Stick it in front of your own pawn? Or undefend your own pawn? That doesn't work. You can't go there either, or there. So you've only got one move, isn't it? I'm going to throw this in. And then this looks good, doesn't it? Doesn't that look good? Look at that. He has to go to one of those. Hello. Right, what's your plan, man? He wants to go there with his rook, yeah? And start winning stuff back. Okay, check. Got 7 minutes. Come on. How hard can it be? Right, okay. Check here, he's only got the one move. There's a discovery on the rook. Actually, win a pawn and take the damn rook. Come on. That's the way to do it. And now you can resign. Now you resign. Because you're -6 materials and I've got a whole rook. I've got more pawns. Just stop it. I can put my pawn there and you can't even touch that pawn. I could take that if I wanted to. And party. You know? I'm going to push this. Some people. What's the film where someone goes, "Why won't you die?" I can't remember. Obviously I can't remember, otherwise it wasn't a rhetorical question. Just put that there. And now your king is... Okay, fair enough. But that's my pawn. Yeah, you think? This is just bad manners now. I could give up my rook for a pawn and a bishop. In fact, should we just do that? I mean, there, and that's mate. Rook on any of these squares is actually mate. So that is actually a fork threatening mate or your bishops. As. Now you resign. Why won't you die? Huh. Now you resign. This, right. So he's now thinking, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get stalemated. Well, no, you're not, because I've got 9 minutes, mo flipper. That would be stalemate. And you ain't getting it. Mm-mm. Hell no. As long as he's got a square to go to. This, and I'm going to leave you those 2 squares, right? So these I can forget about. My king, he coming around this way. His king gets these squares, right? And you can go backwards and forwards on those squares as long as you like. Possibly this one as well. Okay, he's still got g8. 9 minutes 45. He's still got these 2. Come here, boom, boom. Don't you dare. Okay, if I had my pawn on here, it'd be stalemate, wouldn't it? If I go here, he's got that. Yeah? And then this and this. Depends where the king is. We'll just... be sure. Good news is I can always burn moves. Is it called BMing or something like that? Bad manners? Okay, he's got this square. I can push my king. I am getting a queen. And I'm going to get a queen with check. Ha 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 ha. Okay, you've got these squares. I'm getting another queen. I'm going to ladder mate your ass. I think it's called BMing or something like that. Bad manners. I've got 10 minutes, mate. You really think you're going to get a stalemate? I hate saying things like that on video. You know, don't you cringe, I cringe. And like, please don't say that, auntie. We've all seen you. We've all seen your hold my beer moments. Now he's got all of these. This is the good news, right? You've got all of these squares. You can go up and down and up and down and up and down, and it's boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. Yeah? Thank fuck for that. Was he a good sport? Yes. Okay? I'll say yes, and I'll say good game. Because, yeah, you know, if he'd have resigned, like, in not giving me the checkmate, then that would have been like, that's taking the fucking piss now. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a look, and let me... The Von Popiel Gambit. What's not to like? 81 points. True blue. True blue in the Von Pop. Oof! One miss. Okay, so, I mean, look, basically you saw it. You saw like a textbook Von Pop. So, Bishop G... What? Best move? You are lying. Best move. Best move. Takes. Best. Huh, go figure. Blunder. Bosh. Told you it was Rook C1. And that's me memorising. That's memory. That's that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah? This would have been inferior. Bishop retreats. And in fact, the machine says here, pushing this, give up the bishop. Yes, indeed. Going in with the knight. Like I say, previously, I've kind of autopilot gone in with the bishop, like bishop b5, thinking, oh, pin the knight. This has got to work out well. No, the knight wants b5 square. It's 2.92. We are in a winning position already. Knight takes, thank you. Aha, it was rook takes. Oh, fuck off. I'm sorry. Look, I'm really sorry. Pardon my French, but I'm kind of... Right? 2.92. It's gone down to plus 2.91. And it says it's excellent, but not the best move. And now it's plus 3.5. After like a forced thing. Okay. And it's plus 3. I mean, and after that, it's shooting fish in a barrel. So there you go. There is your textbook Von Popiel. And it worked against the 1660, right? And not in bullet neither. We're not even talking bullet. I'm not even talking blitz chess. Right? I'm not even talking 10 minute. You can keep that. 15 plus 10, bruv. 15 plus 10 taken apart. 1600. And that's why we play the gambits. So, as if I could get in a better mood than I already was. If anything, I am. Life's just got better. So, let's celebrate. Don't know what you want to do. I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to carry on with my chess course. Thank you for watching. See you later.